All right, boys, buckle up. We got a rich one today. Now, this is the classic. I honestly love it. This is like better than television. So this person hit me up on Instagram through my main channel. If you're new here, welcome, by the way. She goes, I had to share this with you. Oh, get ready for this. Because my brother died this past Thursday. She goes, I was hired full-time for $17 an hour at an Ace Hardware. She goes, they fired me through text. No reason after I told my manager she would need to go to the funeral. It was horrible. I just had to share this. She sent me a bunch of the text messages from her and her boss, and the boss was trying to say, no, it's not because of your dead brother. But let's be honest. It's kind of her brother's fault. I'm just playing. I'm not trying to make light of that. It's actually awful to think that we can't even call out for a funeral anymore. That's where society's at. But this is a mix of like the toxic work environment, okay, and job security. My favorite. It's my favorite. I love it. Like, what about you guys out there? All right. This is another one that was sent in from a younger cat. I believe he's in his early 20s. He was asking me, he goes, hey, Jack, any advice on dealing with bad coworkers? I'm going to sum this one up. Basically, a chick that he works with, which is always the worst if it's a chick, no offense, but try and go to HR, and you're a man, and the other chick's, the girl's a woman, see who wins that battle. Yeah, I've been there. And if I was a woman, I'd be using this to my advantage too, so I do get it. Men, we had our chance. Isn't that right, boys? We had our time. But anyways, this chick ended up keying his car. She's making his life a living hell. And my short answer was, it looks like you have to quit your job. I've literally left 4 jobs because of a bad coworker. Every time it was a woman. 2 of the times the woman was my boss. And I'm not trying to say, ladies, you suck. But there tends to be a major power trip. Men do it too. I don't want to say men don't do it, because they absolutely do. Yeah. Whose dick's bigger, right? I get that. But that's the unfortunate truth, right? It's kind of like, where can you go work where it's the least amount of bullshit and toxicity? Anyways, we talked back and forth, and we came to a conclusion. He's going to quit his job. Well, we got a couple more. So, this dude goes, most modern bosses would unplug your life support to charge their cell phone. He is not wrong. Okay, we're going somewhere with this, because this is something that, on a mass scale, people are waking up to. And luckily for me, I've been awake from like 17. So half my life, I've just been, I've been well aware that this job is temporary. And that goes for every job. That's life. This person goes, I grew up in the 70s. It's like we're living on some other planet now. My dad was a manager at Sears. There was company loyalty, and the company treated people well. No wonder the mental health situation in our country is at an all-time low. I think he means at an all-time high, like people's mental health is like way out of whack. Or maybe it's at an all-time low, like mentally everyone's depressed. Trippy. Yeah, that does not exist anymore, that's for sure. Be a manager at Sears? I don't even think Sears is still around. Where am I going at this? Person goes, toxic coworkers are the main reason I hate working. Yeah, that's one of the main things. And when we say toxic coworkers, it could be your boss. That's the worst part. Like, I stayed at a job for an entire year because I was making criminal money. I mean, it was great, $1,500 a week for 25 hours a week. Come on. No one's getting that. You know what I mean? And I stayed there. And I got to the point, I made sure I stacked my bread. I made an exit plan. I milked it for all it's worth. I used them almost as much as they used me. All right. This one's great. We're going to end on this note because I think, just let me hear this guy out. He goes, I remember my dad getting fired to supposedly poor performance as a regional sales manager. I think this is about being older. This is like age discrimination, which is a huge thing. He goes, he sued and surprisingly won based on age discrimination. It was a very long story, but I remember it pretty well. As I was in college when it happened, they just wanted to hire someone younger, and they lost a ton of business. In the end, though, it utterly destroyed my father. It's just crazy that all of our self-worth comes from our job description, who we're pretending to play a character. I'm a regional sales tech at, or I'm a lawyer, or I'm an officer of the law. Middle finger to the eyebrow. We play these characters. I'm just playing myself on the internet. So I'm still having to be some sort of a thing here. And I don't like it. But that's where it's at. How he said, so we'll end on this note. I watched my mother work at a law firm for 32 years, and I saw what happened. Because I was a part, they were a family, right? Until the end. The last 7 years, they were changing that up. And this is years ago, so I don't even know what it's like now. This is 5 years ago. My mom's been dead. Rest in peace. I love you, Mom. But I saw she got fired, 8 other people got fired, all just turned 60 years old. And you know what they did? The same position. They used to be $55,000 a year, $39,000 a year. Got a bunch of young 20-something-year-olds to come do the same exact job, less benefits, less pay, more work. Welcome to corporate America. Guys, I hate to tell you this, but we're going to eat some shit. And it's all good. As long as we know the truth and you're ready to just quit your job at any time and you're saving your money, just have an exit plan. Everyone's going to reach a point where it's I'm done. And you know what? I'd rather be the one to say fuck you than them kick me out. God. You guys leave your thoughts. I don't think I'm tripping. I don't think any of you guys are tripping. But unfortunately, we do need money around here. I understand time and money is a made-up construct, but I don't want to live in the woods in a tent. So, this is getting way too deep.